Magic of the almighty computer. Get up in there, Wiener. Yeah, man. Got to shut up. All right.
Yo.
Yo, you and your ear pods. Yeah.
Yo.
Hello. Is your hearing worse than mine?
Yo.
Is your hearing worse than mine? Oh, let's see.
Hear me?
Really?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing. Why wouldn't that be on, man? Why wouldn't that be on? Yeah, I ain't put it close here, did I?
What's up with the YouTube side?
Good evening, good morning, Mr. Earpod.
Mr. AirPod.
All right, Kiko, I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Opa.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hidden buttons.
Fix your mic. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Hello, hello.
You're talking?
Yes, I'm talking.
I can't hear you.
Same thing as last week.
What's that?
Same thing as last week.
Is it?
Yeah, remember last week you couldn't hear me. Christian was saying, "Hey Tony, Kiko's
Yeah,
talking."
yeah. Well, I kind of remembered more this time. I'm like in I don't fucking care mode.
So now now you can hear me,
Of course I can.
but you still don't care.
Well,
Oh well.
You got it. I can pop my sleeping pills
So
early.
I see you had a little earthquake there.
Yeah, it was a 5.3, I think.
Yeah.
Just a little.
What were you doing, sitting on your ass when it occurred?
Yeah, right, like I am now.
Just like you are now.
It was in the morning. Yeah.
I thought it was 6 in the evening. Well,
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, I saw a message. See, you send me shit on Facebook. I only really check Facebook once a week when I get on your live stream here. So
There you go.
So, and I saw you had a message, and it was like 6-something p.m. Well, that was probably p.m. my time. So,
Oh yeah.
maybe it happened early in the morning.
I'm like, oh. If it goes on for 10 seconds, then they start feeling like shit's gonna collapse. I forgot what it was. It was the center was pretty close.
Yeah, it looked like it was up the northeast of Surigao City there.
Oh. That'd be the island. Surigao City is Shargao. They pronounce it.
No, Siargao's the island.
Yeah.
Surigao City is the city.
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah. got a new carpenter here. This guy, his guy came with him yesterday. He's only interested in painting. He won't. He said the salary's too low. I said, so what's he doing today? Nothing. Huh. So he, I mean, he had an easy thing, and today he would have just had to throw chunks of concrete over the wall. You can't get any more easier labor than that. But the thing is that the guy's wife comes with him. I don't
Supervisor.
know what. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what.
24/7 supervisor.
I think they're both in concert. In concert, well, no.
In cahoots.
Yeah, they both don't trust each other if they're not, if they're not both together. Something like that. I don't know. Man. He's a good guy so far. I mean,
It's like, yeah, baby, I'm going to work today. The hell you are. I'm coming with you.
yeah. Well, I got some monitor to come.
What job you got today? I'm a gigolo today, honey.
You know what?
Gigolo.
Gigolo, huh?
That's his job for the day.
Oh, yeah. So I said to the guy, I said, got to put in first you have to knock the hole in the wall and get down to the floor to see, because the floor that was in there, the flooring was in there and he poured more concrete on top of it. And I told him yesterday, so you're probably going to have to. You got to see the height from the floor that's in the kitchen area. Because you need X amount of, I think it was 2 or 3 inches, something like that. So the tile.
Wow, that's a lot.
Well, the tile underneath is pretty good. What was I was about 1 or 2, I don't know. But anyway, I asked him if he could do that kind of thing, the door frame. He said, "Well, if you have the door there, it's gonna hit the other door." I said, I'm not using it as an exit. I could care less about whether it bumps it. But to do it like the other one, right? I mean, open to the right, You open it to the left and you're against the other door, but not a big deal. I woke up 2:30 a.m. the other day.
Well, 4.
I don't know. Oh, I woke up at 9:30 once, and I fell asleep at 8:30. But my wife and my son were watching something on the phone, and I woke up. I said, "What time is it?" She said 9:30. I said, "At night?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Man, you guys are too loud." I was kind of like, wow. I guess the soonest I ever been woken up to sleep in that time. Whole hour. Oh, man. It cold there?
For you, probably.
Waiting for the sun to come out. These showers lately, there hasn't been enough sun out to heat up that water.
It's well, it's warm overnight. It was down to like 56 overnight.
56.
Yeah. Monday it's going to be 46 overnight. So
it's one of those deals where you can still wear the gym shorts or the shorts.
Yeah, this is the perfect time of year. Man.
Well, you gotta have at least a hoodie, not a thick hoodie, but very comfortable.
Nah, not yet. Not till it gets in the 30s.
Gosh,
that's when you start wearing long sleeves.
Kind of shriveled Mr. What do you call it? Junior up? Oh man, where's my engineer.
Maybe taking the weekend off.
Could be. Might be doing a kneel and jerk, something like that. What's new? Well, David sent me a message about my ticker.
Oh, last weekend my daughter went up to Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
The Badger
flew-
football game?
She flew to Chicago, and then a friend, I guess, college friends. He lives in Madison. Drove down to Chicago, picked her and another girl up. They went up to Madison for the weekend. How far is the Wisconsin Dells from Madison?
Madison? She's not that far at all.
About an hour, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
She said they did some hiking, so I assume that's where they went.
Oh, that, yeah.
What is that? Just a bunch of hills and stuff, or what?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They're into that kind of thing.
I've never been there. Heard about it, but I've never been there.
It's they did a good job of, because I went through 1990 or 89. I went up to what do you call it, up there in Canada, Niagara Falls, and their shops, souvenir shops and such. It was just a blast from the past. It was really, really dated, you know. But Wisconsin Dells used to be like that. And they got it together. And they rehabbed the whole outfit, you know. I haven't been up there in quite a few years, but my doctor back in Milwaukee, this receptionist, they would take turns at one office, be open on Monday, and Tuesday they go back and forth. You know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, this location, and the other one. She was up at the Dells loading her car, and some guy came to the parking lot and ran right into her. Now she's paralyzed. You know, she
in
felt
the parking
that.
lot.
Yeah, it was in a parking lot. He came flying in there. Lost control, or brakes went out, or something. She,
Hi, Jamie. Good morning, Jamie.
yeah, Jamie. So when I heard her one time when I called up there, I said, "Hey, see you back. Nice to hear you." And she just kept going because she didn't want to, you know, give anybody a chance to say anything about that. I guess her husband was freaked out. Nice lady too.
So what'd you say? She was paralyzed after that?
Yeah, she felt that right away.
Like
Over,
what, from the waist down?
Yeah, from the waist down.
Because of some idiot.
Yep.
Huh?
Changed her life. I mean, what? I like seeing that stuff happen to anyone.
My wife has a Filipino friend who, I guess she was driving their van, and she got into an accident. I guess some young kids. But the good thing is she had one of those dash cams, so
Yeah.
she's got video proof, you know, of what happened.
Why did the kid try saying something different?
Oh, you know, kids, you know, they try to say anything, stay out of trouble.
You know how people that are making up stuff will use a lot of cuss words while they're doing it that make it seem like it was real bad. That's what they'll do. Gotta do tomorrow, man. Oh, my man! I went to have my truck. You know, like I hadn't washed it in like a month maybe. But it was real dirty. I go to the same place I always go to near that near Resurrection Church.
Want to get it detailed.
Well, yeah, that's what they do there. But But one guy I love how he does mine. His eyes never leave the vehicle. People fucking around with him. He's never looking around like it's fuck off time. The guy, I always give that guy a little more. And I told him a little over a month ago, I saw a lady sitting there waiting for her car to get washed. And I park on the street there sometimes and by the car wash. And me and the wife go somewhere in the tricycles, you know. So forget.
So what'd you tell this lady?
Oh, I told the lady, I said, tell the kid I like his work. I said I only want him washing my car. And sure enough, they had a couple cars going. I come in there. He was the one that came to me because he knows what I tip. You know?
Yeah.
And he knows I asked.
You're the big spender, man.
But that car wash there has left a couple scratches in my car too because they used to throw rags around and they'd hit the ground, you know. So you got little pebbles and everything. What you gonna do, you know? But it looks better than it did when it was in the shoulder. Real nice.
Yeah, I remember it when my brother that passed away 5 years ago. He was 7 years older than me. And back in the day, he had remember Triumph TR6s, the little
Yeah.
four-door sports cars?
Yeah.
Well, I think he bought his first one in like 74 or 72. But anyways, I'm your age, so we're about 11, 12 years old at that time, when he had his new, well, my parents had a garage under the house, right? Just a one-stall garage. Well, Dad would let him pull the new, sports car in the garage because it fit real easy, So everyone, when he wanted to go out on a date or something, he'd go, "Hey, you wash my car and wax it for me," He'd give me like $1, But so yeah, I'm down. I go down in the basement. I'm bucket washing it, and then I wax it and shit, and then I'm all done. It looks shiny as hell, and I come down. He starts bitching. I'm like, "What the hell's wrong?" I said, "Where do you find?" He said, "No, look, you're wearing a belt, freaking belt on my pants, I guess, when I was waxing his car."
Oh.
So I did all that fucking work for him, and then all he could do was bitch because I had a belt on. I'm like, "So what?" He said, "Well, you could have scratched it." I'm like, "Well, hey, you want a fucking cheap car wash or what?"
Yeah. Well, what these guys do is they'll take a plain wet, hose it down, and take a regular wet rag and instead of putting detergent in there and mixing it up with any fine granules of sand or rock. So they do that step first, He does everything. I mean, most of these guys, I leave there, pretty pus. The only thing I don't like sometimes is they'll spray. You're supposed to spray on a wet surface, so they should have one squirt bottle with water and the other one with the squirt with the wax.
They do this in the shade, don't they?
No, well, I got a roof over them. Yeah, I got a roof over.
That's what I mean. They don't do it out in the sunlight.
But yesterday, when I was looking at it, under the lights here, like at dusk, man, I'm like, oh man, this baby. I drive through the city and people looking, going, wow, look at that shine. That if I take the road out of here and go down west, I forget what road that is. If you go straight, you're in Upper Dugan, and that is the better to travel just for scenery and everything else. But some of the road is like concrete that's so old that it's down to the rocks, and it's hard. It's kind of bumpy. But if you go the other way where it's smooth, if it just rained like for 2 days at least, there's some serious mud. But spraying of dirty water and all that shit. Ugh. So I'm gonna give me a power buffer. I don't know what they call them, buffer gun or buffer. Electric one, not the battery. And that's gonna be my stress relief. You know, instead of shouting Serenity now, like what's his name did in Seinfeld. You remember that guy? Jerry Stiller's
No.
dad. Jerry
Oh.
Stiller.
Yeah. Ben
He
Stiller.
was- yeah, well,
Right.
it's Jerry Stiller. Yeah, Jerry Stiller's dad is what the guy's mom. I mean, the woman died like a year before him. I forget his wife's name, but I always remembered him when I was a kid because she was so much taller than him. You know?
Whose dad was that? Was that Jerry's dad in the show?
No, that was George's in that show. And then it was Arthur in King of Queens. That'd be would have been his wife's dad. But that guy was hilarious, man. I always liked those. Stella and Mira. That's what it was. Golly, you know all those great entertainers that we watched were born like 1910, 1920s. Because by the time they got around in the 60s, they're grown adults, and they were all funny, all musically, they were all great. Back then, if I'd have had a TV like today, I'd have had it on as many stations as I could get, especially at holidays. I love that stuff. And Andy Williams, those guys.
I like to watch sometimes on YouTube. They got these people that seeing comedians for the first time, like Don Rickles, back when he was doing his stuff in the day, and these guys, they can't believe his humor, how that would never go over today because everyone's so offended about everything.
You know what I didn't like? I don't know, man. He never did nothing for me, I mean, I think my dad didn't like him because he was more of an asshole than my dad.
Who?
I think that was a challenge for him.
He didn't like who?
Don
Rickles? Really?
Yeah, he sits there and bitch at the TV all the time, man.
Oh,
my uncle would go in a fit of rage if they had a commercial for a new car for the working man.
This one guy on YouTube was watching a roast. I think it was a Dean Martin roast, and it was, Foster Brooks came on.
Yeah.
And he's like, he didn't know that Foster Brooks' whole shtick was playing a drunk, right? Well, this YouTuber seen it for the first time. When he stopped the video, he's like, "What's wrong with this guy? Has he got like a physical disability or something?" He didn't even know that the guy was playing a drunk.
Yeah.
See, that's how sensitized they are now. They don't even see drunks on TV. You know what I mean?
I was watching it. I was watching or reading something, and I didn't belong to it. I think it was on what is that? What is those other forms of social media?
Oh, Instagram, TikTok, whatever,
TikTok,
Snapchat, all that stuff.
No, there's another one that's big. I forget what, but anyway, the guy, Troy Aikman made a comment during. Now you're going to know this comment is to be funny because that's what it meant.
Oh yeah, that's the one about the quarterbacks and dresses, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he said they had to take the dresses off of them, and this lady says to the guy, "Did you hear what he just said?" Like it was a fucking. She had no idea.
Yeah, like it was capital murder or something,
Everything, she's offended by everything.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I wear my flip flops to the mall, and my feet are just dry, and I go to that detox thing twice a week, but it's just in shitty shape. If I were an adult that cared about what people think of my fucking feet, I'd wear shoes, but I don't. Sometimes when I'm at the mall, the lady, two ladies look down and I get this disgusted look on her face. I told my wife, said, you see that lady got all pissed off? Yeah, that was a poor lady, man, for sure. Oh, so other than that, it's been raining like freaking day, 2 to 5 p.m. So I'm glad I got that roofing out in front.
Yesterday we had our first rain in a long time, but
Oh,
it's
yeah?
been good. I haven't had to cut my grass for over a week now. So
Yeah, I used to. You know what I got when I had my first house? It was one of those. It was one of those GI houses they built in a.
like Sears Roebuck house.
Yeah, with no basement. You know.
Yeah.
So the guy came over for the cable once. He goes, "Where's the basement door?" I said, "There isn't one." It was a nice little place, you know, but we did a little bit of fixing up. I think we made a grand total of $400 on that house for 4 years. You know, we kept it up nice, but I
And that's what I bought a house when I was in Oklahoma, and they don't have basements. They just build it on the slab. So I had
yeah. Well,
just 3 small bedrooms and 1 bathroom,
don't they have air?
2-car
Don't they
garage.
have tornado shelters? Don't they build those in
Well,
their
you
ground?
can if you want to, if you can afford them. Yeah.
Well, I think some of those houses have a steel enclosure, like a closet size deal.
Yeah, it's all how you build a house. But the house I had
No,
didn't have one of those, you know.
yeah, it's inside. It looked like a broom closet kind of thing. Probably a little bigger, but
But I
you know,
tell you
how'd you?
what, Tony, I was there, I lived there, and that May 3rd, 1999 tornado came through. And the houses, if you were in that path, there was nothing left but the slab of your house. You know, there was
Everything.
1 or 2 that had a center, like a concrete block closet in the middle of the house.
Yeah,
And that's the only thing left standing. In fact, I had a coworker. He was driving home from work, and these people were out on the curb of the street yelling at him and say, "Get in here, get in here." And he slowed down. He said, "What?" He said, "A tornado's coming. Get in here." He got out of his truck, went into this bank. They all got in the vault of the bank, okay, because it was
uh,
like steel or whatever. He said when they opened the door and came back out, there was nothing around him. He said, my truck, where it was in the parking lot, he said, I had no clue where it was. There was all rolled away, balled up,
yeah,
there was nothing left. I mean, that was tornadoes go up to a category 5, EF5, they call it.
yeah.
But they said if there was a category 6, it would have been, because it was like over 300 mile an hour winds.
Boy,
And honest, Tony, I went out the next day to help a neighbor who had just moved away from us. He moved into a place that was hit by that tornado, was in the path.
oh
Half of
boy.
his house was gone. I mean, just it's like they took a knife and cut it, right in half.
Uh,
And in some places around him, the only thing standing was like that cement closet in the
we
middle
had
of the path. I saw 2 trucks balled together. Like if you took 2 beer cans, you know how guys used to crush beer cans with their hands?
yeah,
Well, if you took 2 beer cans together and crushed like that, that's what these 2 pickup trucks, the frames were bent and wrapped into each other.
oh
I couldn't
jeez.
tell there was no sheet metal. The only way I could tell, one was a GMC and one was a Ford, I could tell because of the hubcaps. That was it.
Yeah,
And they were balled together like you put them in a compactor. I mean, the awesome strength of that wind that I saw,
yeah,
the results,
yeah.
it was
When
incredible. You've heard of like 2x4s being stuck in cement wall,
yeah,
that's what happened. I mean, it was absolutely incredible to see the power of the
we,
destruction, that wind can do.
we had one. We normally didn't get any in the city, but we had when I was a kid. the sky was getting real dark, and all of a sudden the wind was gone because it was getting ready to start, you
Yeah.
know. And I there was one on the way home. I was going on my way home when I was in the factory, and one that touched down briefly near the airport, like across across the kitty corner from the airport, and just some serious wind damage. It went came down and then went up.
Yeah, I
But
think the only instant I know of in Pennsylvania when I was growing up, it must have been right after I went in the military. It was in the 80s, late 80s, because it came, but there's so many hills here, it kind of just hopped. There was no way for it to get on the ground, like a vacuum cleaner and just
in
get
the
going.
valley, are you in the
Uh,
valley? Where you at? Are you in the valley?
well, there's hills all around. The house I grew up in was one of the highest points in the county, but
Oh,
this didn't come close to us. It went a couple miles north of where we were. It took out a shopping plaza. There was a liquor store where someone was killed. Can you imagine that, going in to buy a bottle? Probably you're already probably half lit. You go in to buy a new bottle, and you end up getting killed by the once in a century tornado. That comes
yeah,
by.
you're bad luck.
But anyways, nobody's out there, huh? Just Jamie
Probably,
and the
yeah.
baby. Is he
Baby
sleeping
Louie,
through the night, Jamie?
what's his name? Joshua? Forgot.
Bruce?
No, it's not Bruce. That's her boyfriend's name.
Huh?
I think her Bruce is her boyfriend's name.
I don't know. What's his name, Jamie? I think I'm the winner.
What? Would you say? Bruce?
Something Bruce Henry or something. Come on, Jamie.
Oh, the
I didn't even
kid?
cheat. I
I
didn't
was
even cheat and look on social media.
you're a lying ass.
No, I didn't.
You'll never be
I'm
better.
using the same device that I would look at Facebook, and I'm not smart enough to switch from this screen to Facebook right now.
You're
Okay.
not.
Hey, Mom always said I was the sharpest spoon in the drawer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Shit. Anyway, I'm gonna give me that. I'm gonna give me that buffer. You know, on and off. It's buffer pad. They're pretty much a one-time deal. You buy them. You get enough of them. They're not expensive. But
To do
I'll
what?
put it car wax. I'll put it on. I'll put it on by hand, but I'll take it off with the
When you
handheld
pay
buffer.
these boys to detail it, they don't wax it.
Well, what they do sometimes is they wax it with the same rag. I used to work in the dealership used car department. Use the same rag all the time, all freaking day. So when they put it on, like I said before, you got to put that stuff on so it's got water on it, moisture in the car, water, and by the time they get done drying it, there isn't any anymore. So they don't wet it again and then put the wax on, spray wax. They just spray the wax. And when you use the same rag, it's smears. So every time when I get home, I gotta take my microfiber towels and wipe it off. But I got my own pressure washer. But I just
Well, they're probably
honest,
fortunate just to have the one rag. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. The guys don't they don't take it too seriously.
plus what I've noticed is they don't seem to reinvest in their business. You know,
What is this? I don't know nothing.
that's like any time, back in the day before I wised up. My wife, one of her relatives, yeah, they want to start a sorry store. Okay, well, good. You give them a few $100, to go out and buy the initial, you know,
Uh,
merchandise. They buy it at cost, hopefully, and then they sell it and they make a little bit of profit. And then guess what? You're supposed to take that profit and buy new stuff so you can sell even more, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, they seem to take that profit and then they just go out of business, right? So
Yeah.
you end up, you might as well just donate it a couple $100 to them, rather than them saying, I'm going to start a business, because it
Hey,
ain't ever going to go anywhere.
I don't, I don't know. I have no idea why. And this is everywhere too. It's not just one business. But they'll run out. They'll wait till they totally run out of something,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
reorder. So
Yeah,
there's always,
they'll be out of it for days before
well,
and then
longer than
someone's
that.
got to come
Sometimes.
and bitch about not having it, and then they'll think, oh yeah, maybe we should order that.
It ain't like at the moment they see it, they put it in the computer. If they use a computer, they. But there's been times where I had to wait a month for that item to get back in there. And I was talking to one of the guys once. Must have been a mid-level guy. I said, I went in there by my brother-in-law was bitching about his. I should buy him a new because we were using his grinder and drill, which are two prehistoric things he's got. He was bitching about me, so I bought him a brand new one. When I walked in that store at the City Hardware, I said, Give me the shittiest."
Cheapest.
Yeah, but when I forgot what the brand was. I never heard of the brand. It was a Japanese
Chinese
brand.
knockoff. Yeah.
It was a Japanese brand, and I said, and then I read it had a real great warranty on it. I go, fuck. I said I was looking for the shittiest one you had,
Just
but
to prove a point.
yeah, yeah, I let them aware of it. I don't know whether but that's the way they do, man. They don't
Something for my favorite in-law. Give me
do.
the
When
cheapest one.
I had no idea that they had a Wilcon, and it's in Ampayun, and right next to the City Hardware. But there's, I think, a lot of trees or shrubbery or whatever. I didn't even know it was there for a while because I kept going to City Hardware. And when I found out there was, by chance I looked to my right, saw the sign. So next time I went in there for something, because the City Hardware is kind of like Home Depot,
Yeah.
So when I go in there, their tile, their tile selection's out of this world compared to City Hardware. If I'd have known that place was there, I'd be having subway tile in the bathroom. They had some outstanding selections there, and that's another thing too. I I bought in the bedroom I'm sitting in, and in the other room it got completed about a month ago now. They're different shade of wood floor, or they're porcelain tiles, but it's just a darker shade, which don't matter in the house because this darker one doesn't start till the door, inside the door here. And so I go there, and I don't like going to the one by Robinson because there's hardly anywhere to park. I mean, barely. So I go to the other one, and and I walked in. I said, "Yeah, I need tile like this." And I walked in a couple weeks or a month after I bought the last 5 boxes or something. So I go in there and I said, "Yeah, I need." And they had one. They had one box. I needed more. I needed, I don't know, 3 or 4. And I walked in there and I said, "They had no. Yeah, that's what I needed." But I walked in there a month later, and there was one left. Still, they didn't order any until somebody came in and got that last box, which it took a month. I just turned right around, man. I was right out the door. Uh, but when you shop for stuff, man, when I go in the all home, the furniture, appliances, I get some floodlights. They don't want you to do that. They need to carry it. They must have a policy because I was walking. I picked up 2 boxes. Got the wrong thing. And he goes, no, here, give that to me. You know, I told the lady in city, I don't know, that was in Wilcon. The cashier, the cashier's way back where all the rows of hardware are, minus the tiles. And I was talking to her, and I said, I forgot what I mentioned to her. It was something about security because I got it at the front door. She says, "Yeah, there's been people that come in here and they make a run for it from way back. I mean, it's a long run, man. And then when you do get to the door, I think they might have emergency doors on the side. But when you get to the door, you got to deal with at least 2 guys. You know,
Yeah.
I said, she said, hey, I don't know what kind of robbery, whether if it were a product or money, you know. And I said, come on, man, ain't nobody gonna make it that far, even if you're 15 years old and you're a track star.
You're like, look at me. You think I'm going to run out of here with this thing?
Yeah, I'm thinking, look at all this heavy shit I got. We got to steal the cart too. I talked to a couple guys and I bought a shelving unit. It's like the kind you'd see in industrial kitchens, heavy duty. What do you call it on there? I forget what the hell they're called. But I told the guy that brought it to box up because they have you sit there while they go hunt for it, you know, one at a time. So you don't walk up there first come first serve. You walk up there and you go sit on the bench and wait. If there's 4 people ahead of you, 4 people are gonna get, you know. So I said, hey, I gave you 200 pesos, man. You put that thing together. I put it in the back of my truck. He said, okay. So I gave him 200. Him and his friend.
200 each?
Yeah. I just don't want to be bothered with that shit no more. Man. I mean, that's why I think if I get that polisher, that's what I love. I used to love to do that until it became work. You know, I want that thing to have so much on it that if you leaned up against it, you'd fall off. It looks good like that, though, man. Oh man, I think I'd rather apply the paste wax, and by hand than take it off the buffer.
Isn't yours called a dark graphite paint or something? Isn't it a dark?
Yeah, they call it meteor gray or something like that. It looks with the black, it looks nice. I don't like the other colors they have. White's white. It's boring.
I mean, black cars always look nice when they're clean and it's sunny out. But as soon as they get a spot on them, they spot up too easy.
They got one color called emotional red. It's too deep. I don't like it, and I don't like it for this reason. The trim on there is black, but there's so much of it. It just looks overkill. In days when you used to accent something with chrome or even, but to have 2 colors, to have 2 dark colors, it don't look good. So I saw that one, and normally I wouldn't. I've had light gray before, so I thought I'll try this one. Looks pretty nice under lights, that's for sure. Except if I go down there to the road by the river, that Gallows Street, you said. There's the dirt. And they employ these poor people or whatever they want to call them, and they pay them to take the grass out from the side of the road. The whole from the side of the road back. You know, it might be 10 feet, 20 feet.
Yeah.
I said, why you guys do this? Because grass holds water. And you're taking all that, you're taking all of that would hold some of it. You're not holding any of it, so it makes it to the road, you know. And roads aren't crowned here, at least not here. The only thing I hated about a crowned road was you got a flat tire with the my dad has I think it was 73, 74 the Sabre. He had a slot bumper and put that slot in the bumper.
Yeah.
If that sucker weren't on totally flat ground, that thing would rock over and fall off the jack.
Yep.
It was a fucking brain. I don't know what the hell. We got it. What's up?
Supposed to get up to 78, 79 degrees today.
Yeah, 2:00 in the afternoon, and it dives after that.
Right.
I don't know. I hate that shit, man.
I like the cold weather. So
when I was in Ohio, we lived in the valley, you know, so snow, there was hardly any snow. But my brother-in-law told me that there was a couple of years when they had a lot of snow, but we were always, you know, huge gusty winds. You know, we didn't get a whole lot of that. And my auntie thought I went out to school. I got my jacket unbuttoned. It was like a warm 30 to me. No wind, so it's gonna feel better. And she said, "Zip up that thing. What are you, nuts? You go outside with your hair wet." I said, "I used to have my jacket unbuttoned. To me it was nice."
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to head out to the flea market today. See what junk I can buy. Usually,
flea market.
Look at tools. Yeah, it's a huge flea market on Fridays.
Look at tools and take pictures.
Look at tools. They sell some Amish. The Amish make baked goods and jarred jelly and.
Yeah, I like some of that stuff the Amish do. They do some cool work with.
They make cookies, pies. Yeah. They call fry pies. Remember back in the day, we used to get those. Remember the lunch pies? They were like Half Moon. Remember what was the brand of those?
Half Moon.
Yeah, they were like folded over. You know, they look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What were they? Yeah, what brand was that? I can't remember now.
It wasn't Hostess, was it? It was before Hostess.
But man, those things were good. Well, it's all we had, so I guess that's why we thought it was good.
It wasn't a moon pie? No.
No. These were folded over like a huge pierogi. You know what a pierogi looks like, right?
Yeah.
Well, these were like pies, and then they had like a sugar coat or glaze on them.
Little Debbie?
I can't remember now. I don't even see them in the stores anymore. So
hey, look, I've gone into stores not too many years ago, and the Little Debbie still buy this shit for like $2 or $3, man. It shows you how freaking cheap this stuff they put into it, because they got the box and they give you about, I don't know what, 10 or 12.
Yeah.
You know. Oh my God. All right.
I'll see you later. Bye, Jamie. Next week, did she post the name of her baby here? Let me see.
No, she didn't.
No. Yeah, hey, Greg. How you doing? Hope you're doing well up down under.
Yeah. It's
coming into springtime for you, so it's going to fall time here. So should be warming up for you a little bit, Craig.
Yeah. You come in at the end.
Take care. Hey, I'll see you next week.
Okay, see you there.
Later. Bye, Craig. Bye, Jamie.
Right.